Imagine if Isagi Yoichi, now armed with unrivaled spatial awareness, a perfected goal scent, and a killer direct shot could redo every single arc of Blue Lock. Today we're re-examining each stage of his journey, exploring not only the breakthrough moments, but also the potential pitfalls. Would his enhanced abilities turn every challenge into a triumph, or might they come with unforeseen drawbacks? Let's dive into this alternate universe where Isagi's evolution rewrites the story of Blue Lock. Entrance Exam. The first battle against mediocrity. In the original entrance exam, Isagi's hesitation often held him back, but with his new skills he'd instantly read the chaotic field, anticipate opponents' moves, and secure early goals. His proactive decision-making would set him apart as the natural leader from day one, boosting team morale and attracting Ego Jinpachi's early attention. Although, on the flip side, there's a risk that his overwhelming confidence might lead to over-aggression, especially if he runs into plays without learning the subtle art of teamwork. He could begin to become isolated or create friction with teammates while still finding their footing. Next, the first selection arc. During the first selection, the stakes are high, and every mistake is amplified. A supercharged Isagi would dominate individual duels, and use his enhanced goal scent to break down even the tightest defenses. His improved decision-making would allow him to intercept passes and launch counterattacks, turning potential failures into highlight reel moments. But on the flip side, with great power comes greater scrutiny. But with teams such as W, Y, and X, they'd soon realize that they stood no chance against Isagi and his different weapons, forcing them to either adapt or give up completely. But even if they were able to, it would still not be enough in the face of the demon of adaptability. As for the second selection, the crucible of individual showdowns would test each player's ability to shine on their own. With his refined skills, Isagi could turn one-on-one battles into masterclasses of anticipation and precision. His enhanced spatial awareness would allow him to dodge, intercept, and counter with an accuracy that not only scores, but also inspires awe. This evolution could redefine the individual contest, placing him far ahead of his rivals. Yet, if Isagi becomes too reliant on his natural genius, there might be a temptation to ignore the learning curve that comes from failure. His opponents might exploit any overconfidence, no matter how small, setting traps or forcing him into overextending, risking a downfall if he miscalculates even more. The third selection would then test him even further, to show the formation of a true leader. The dynamics that play a crucial role would then make Isagi, a now more mature player, orchestrate team plays more effectively. His evolved vision would help him not only score but also set up complex multi-layered attacks that maximize the strengths of every team member. His leadership could elevate the entire group, shifting the balance from individual heroics to cohesive strategy. But that being said, the challenge, however, lies in blending individual brilliance with team coordination. If his heightened abilities overshadow his teammates, it could lead to dependency or even resentment. Balancing his role as both a star and a collaborator is a delicate dance that might introduce new internal conflicts. As for the U20 arc, this is where Isagi would shatter international expectations. When the Blue Lock players step onto the national stage, every move is scrutinized. In the U20 match, Isagi's improved abilities would allow him to dominate the field. His predictive skills could orchestrate rapid counterattacks and facilitate precise goal-scoring opportunities, potentially reshaping Japan's approach to international play. This would not only boost his reputation, but also set a new standard for young talent in Japan, while also capturing the attention of Sai Itoshi, also causing Sai Itoshi to recognize that the future striker of Japan to change the world would be Isagi Yoichi. But with that comes downsides. Yet the international stage is unforgiving. Isagi's reliance on perfected instincts might be challenged by diverse play styles and unpredictable match conditions. Opponents could exploit any rigidity in his methods, forcing him to adapt quickly or risk falling behind on a stage where every error is magnified. But in the long run, the U20 team most likely wouldn't stand a chance. Players such as Sai, Aiku, Sendo, and Shido would not be able to stand very much of a chance against a heightened version of Isagi. Not only that, Isagi would be very careful as to who he lets in his bubble to determine how he plays his game. On one side, the only player to help him do anything on this field would probably be Rin Itoshi. but even then he'd be more of a hindrance than he is a help. As for Bato and his hope for devouring Isagi, that would never happen, as Isagi is already on a level higher than anyone could even imagine. Put it simply, this game would come down to Itoshi versus Isagi Yoichi, causing Itoshi to actually have to try in this match. And last but certainly not least, the Neo Egoist League, the ultimate stage of ego and innovation. The Neo Egoist League is where every Blue Lock player is put through a relentless gauntlet. In this high-pressure environment, a supercharged Isagi would likely shine brighter than ever. His evolved goal scent would let him predict chaotic plays with ease, while his improved shooting ability would turn near impossible situations into moments of pure brilliance. This arc would be his crowning achievement, where every challenge is met with innovation and precision. However, the League's brutal nature means that any over-reliance on his abilities could backfire. His opponents, driven by their own desperation and adaptability, might learn to counter his strength. If Isagi becomes too predictable or complacent in his newfound power, every momentary lapse would be exploited, potentially leading to critical failures and high-stakes scenarios. Which honestly wouldn't happen knowing how Isagi's character works. At this point in Blue Lock, he would have already become so highly evolved that not very many people would be able to keep up with him. While you could argue on one side that Rin and Shida would be possibly on the same level, if not a little bit lower, it still wouldn't distract from the fact that Isagi would already have reached greater heights from what we've seen in the Neo Egoist League thus far. The only people that would be able to put up any sort of a fight against Isagi would be the new gen players. Those players being Charles, Loki, and Lorenzo. And as for Kaiser, he would be left in the dust along with the others, as without Isagi, Kaiser would be unable to do anything. And with Isagi already at levels unimaginable, he would not need Kaiser to do anything. Now, in the grand scheme of things, how would this affect Blue Lock? If Isagi were to run through every arc with his enhanced ability, the ripple effects would be monumental. His dominance would force a rapid evolution in training methods, inspiring teammates to refine their own skills. The entire system might shift toward a more dynamic, innovative approach, pushing Japanese football to new heights and potentially changing global perceptions. Yet, this hyper-competitive atmosphere might also breed unsustainable pressure. The risk of burnout, overconfidence, or even strategic complacency could undermine the delicate balance that Blue Lock has long maintained. Moreover, if Isagi's evolution creates a dependency on his leadership, it might stifle the growth of other talents who need to step up in his absence. Ultimately, reimagining Blue Lock with a supercharged Isagi isn't just about rewriting history. It's about exploring the delicate balance between individual brilliance and teamwork, between raw talent and inevitable challenges of growth. What if every arc turned into a showcase of his evolved abilities, yet also exposed new vulnerabilities? Would his overwhelming talent inspire the next generation, or would it create new rifts in a system designed to forge the ultimate striker? Now I want to know what you think. How would these changes affect the overall journey of Blue Lock? Would a supercharged Isagi be the key to unlocking a new era in Japanese football? Or could his heightened abilities become a double-edged sword? Drop your thoughts and theories into the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one.